We've talked about you working with Eaton. We've talked about Ricky Steamboat, you meeting Ricky. So 3 of the 4 we spent some time on. The guy I want to talk about here for the next little bit is Shane Douglas, because here he is. He's young in the business. He has the pleasure of sharing the ring with you and Bobby and Steamboat here in this one. But before he becomes the franchise in ECW, here he is in WCW. What were your first impressions of Shane Douglas?
That this kid has got a bright future. He already had veteran tendencies, and I didn't know a lot about him prior to this, but man, he just, some guys just pick it up right away. He's one of those guys, and he's been around. He's still around the business, and you can just see the evolution of him in different companies. I think he had a huge run in ECW
He did.
that probably put him on the map more than anything else, and became one of the leaders of that company, and one of the figureheads of that company, and the face of that company, whatever you want to call it. But he just continued to learn the business and get better, and you could see already in this match with Steamboat, he was watching Ricky and learning from Ricky, and bringing his own style to the match.
He had the in-ring work. He was the definition of a babyface at this point in his career, right? Looks, charisma, athletic. He could do it all.
Yeah, and babyface skills. That's one of the main things. Is it's like Brian Pillman, babyface skills. Brad Armstrong, babyface skills. Shawn Michaels. Those guys. They have a set of exciting moves, but they sell well, they fight back, they're always in the fight, and you could see that in Shane already.
What impressed me, I think, about him, Arn, is like you said, when he went to ECW, became a leader for that organization and that company. But man, it was his heel promos, his ability to become so. What's the word? His mic skills were just incredible, and when it came to his heel work, any inkling? Did you see that in him all, to see how he would be able to kind of flip the switch and become such a great heel in the business? Because he did in ECW.
Well, in those days, I barely got to watch our show back. We're so busy, much less watch the other shows.
Sure.
So I wasn't as in tune as I should have been, but you hear it through the grapevine how he's growing and developing, and it's because being a babyface and being a heel are 2 different animals, and if you can master them both, you're going to have a long career.
He had the tour of duty for a little while, Dean Douglas, when he went to WWF, and that was, they were going to make him a teacher or what have you, but I really felt like he found his niche as that heel, the franchise in ECW. And I always hoped, man, that he'd be able to take that and do something with it on a grander stage. And I know that he came over to WCW a little bit later on, but it was never to the magnitude that I hoped it would be for Shane Douglas, to the level. You know what I mean?
Yep.